Welcome back to the numberGo tutorial. In this video, we are going to show you the basics of analyzing data using a pivot table. Enjoy.
When you're ready to start analyzing data using the pivot table, the first thing you're going to want to do is choose a data item that you'd like to look into further. Here I'm interested in the sales figure, so I'm going to double click that tile into the pivot table. What this shows us is the sales total, so we know that this company did $9 million in sales, but this number is across all states and all time. So what you might want to do is break this down. So the first way we're going to do that is by incorporating the order year as a row field. This shows us in the 4 years they've been in business what their individual sales figures were, and we still see that same $9 million total at the bottom. We can further break this down by incorporating a column field up top, so I'll drag and drop order month into that area. Now we can see for each year what their sales figures were on a month-to-month basis, and if you look in the bottom right, we can still see that $9 million grand total. Now here we're looking at the sales figures over time, but you might instead want to look at this by location. So I'll drag these two fields back to the pick list, and instead we'll now incorporate the state or province tile. So now we see in each of the states in the US what their sales figures were. When you drag down to the bottom, you still see that $9 million total. Now from here we can further break it down by, say, product category. So I'll drag that into the column fields, and now we'll see in each state and the three categories, furniture, office supplies, and technology, what their sales figures were. Now you've heard me say there's multiple ways to look at the same set of data using a pivot table. For example, here I could drag this column field down into a row field. So we're still looking at the same figures, but we've just organized it a little bit differently. This provides a lot of options, as now we can still add a time series. If I drag order year back into a column field, now we're looking at these figures broken up by geography in the row fields and by time across the top.
Stay tuned for the next video in this series.